Welcome, everybody, to yet another goddamn horror podcast. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Ryan Danley, coming to you from a hot. It's so hot that if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see I have a headband on. I've become a headband guy.
It's too much sweat.
It's too much. It's too hot. I'm on medication that makes you sweat. I am like I'm on broken brain medication, which oddly makes you sweat. I don't know.
It's weird.
It makes me tired when I do things, and it makes me sweat when I'm not. I don't get it. But it's hot here in Portland, Oregon, and it's summer. I've decided, Graham. I didn't talk to you about this beforehand. I'm dropping this on you. That it's the summer of ska.
Fuck. It's all right. You know, it's not as bad as if you had gone like a year or two ago. I might have really been upset, but I found myself kind of digging some, at least a little more.
Well,
because you pointed out that a lot of the stuff that I love has influence.
Sure.
And so I was like, and I knew that, but like, I don't know. There's when you get a bunch of goofballs dressed silly with horns, I kind of check out pretty early. If you get a bunch of goofballs without horns, I'm immediately, but then you throw horns and I'm like, you're just going to skank pickles and stuff. So I don't know, like it was a weird thing, but yeah, you pointed out that I actually do listen to a lot of ska.
I actually was talking with to get onto the show. I didn't even tell you this, but he actually was one of the most polite no's ever. So I really do appreciate that. I don't ever expect anybody to do our show, but I really like when it really shows what kind of character that they have when it's like a polite no. And I was talking to Jesse Michaels from Op Ivy this week, which is just sort of an honor to be talking to him, anyways. You know, just because
pretty much, yeah.
Geez, I mean, like seriously, like. And he's such a good dude, and he's like such a good guy, and he just wasn't. I mean, he's just not really into interviews. It's just not his thing, and
right,
and that's completely fine. You know what I mean?
And like, famously, yeah.
And I fully get it, and you know, so I've been throwing that on, and then some Less Than Jake came on. You know, Less Than Jake is fucking good, man. Like I don't care what you say, Less Than Jake is super fun, man. Like, and I'm gonna try to get them on the show. I interviewed Matt Yonker for Hard Noise once, the drummer. He was actually the drummer for a bunch of bands. He drummed, I think, for Ben Weasel's solo project. He drummed for he started the Teen Idols. He did, you know, a bunch of different groups, and I know him, and I'd like to get him on the show too as part of our Summer of Ska. So it's going to be ska heavy. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, we have interviewed a million metal bands. All right,
it's true. No, I'm fully into it. Any band, any creative musician or anything, I'm down to talk to.
Yeah, well, it would be you know, just you know, get the ska horror connection. You know what I mean?
I might have some connections to ska actually. Now that I think about it,
let's go. So Summer of Ska. Here it comes.
Summer of Ska. Fuck. All right.
So tell your ska loving friends to tune into another goddamn horror podcast because we're gonna.
Well, speaking of. Yeah. So there's a little bit of ska on that Co-Defendants that I love so much, huh?
Yeah.
You've been listening to that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to listen to that. I'm also trying to get him on.
Which one?
What's his name?
Cheshire or the Get Dead guy, Sam?
The Get Dead guy, because he dates a friend of mine. So because he dates Morgan Anderson, who's a fabulous comedian, Sacramento Bay Area comedian. Morgan Anderson,
awesome.
She's absolutely hilarious, and I did a roast battle with her once, and she is a killer. She's like one of those people, just like a super good roaster, and I'm always like, I'm not a great roaster, believe it or not, and like. I always like feel bad. You know what I mean? I always try to just make it funny and not mean. And I think you got to start mean and then work your way back from that. Where I try to start funny and then like sprinkle some mean in there. And like, I also have like had the misfortune of like roasting the nicest guys in Portland comedy. And like, it's like, I don't want to talk bad. I don't want to say not nice things about these guys. I love these guys. And so, so it's been pretty fun, but she's just one of those that got that drive, and it's a skill I just absolutely love. So
the New York City battles are pretty crazy. Yeah, I went down a long YouTube hole watching those. They get brutal.
Well, Bergstrom is Eric Bergstrom. Someday I really hope I get. He told me he liked my set with the Nest that one time, and I will forever carry that.
Yeah, you should. Like that dude is one of my favorites. I think he's a genius.
He's an absolute genius. I love those one hit or like those
Short jokes. Yeah.
short joke guys.
That-
And
yeah.
Edward and Bergstrom. So, I think, he's not just being quiet. Jonas is not here today.
That's true. We didn't even.
We didn't even bring him up. I forgot about Jonas. Like he's gone 15 minutes.
We're terrible.
I forgot about that fucking guy.
No, we love Jonas.
Oh, we love Jonas a lot, and he's out in California,
West Coast.
For a lost loved one. So we send him all the love. We still might roast him on this because fuck
you
him,
roast the ones you love, or at least Ryan does.
Right, exactly. I only roast people I like. So yeah. So
yeah, well, we're gonna we know, and our listeners know, that the only true award show is the Danzigs.
Yeah, I mean the Danzigs is like you know what I mean. The Danzigs, like the only thing the Danzigs lack is like one of us slapping each other. You know what I mean? Because that's the only reason I like regular like
awards shows. Yeah,
I mean, people were like upset about that. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like fist fights at the fucking Oscars? That's the greatest thing that's ever happened in the history of humankind. If you ask me, like, I want fist fights everywhere. I want fist fights at the Oscars. I want like dancing fist fights at the Tonys. I want like, you know what I mean? Like singing, dancing.
American Idol will get brutal.
Oh yeah, exactly. just hit each other. I'm an agent of chaos. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, but the Danzigs, the Danzigs are like our thing was pretty freaking solid this year. You want to talk about a good no too? Was Jenna Ortega's People.
Yeah.
Also really respectful and really cool and very appreciative of it. And it's like, I mean, holy shit, that was like, I mean, the fact that they even like hit me back, like a couple times we went back and forth, and she wasn't able to do it, but she was, but
it was close there. Yeah.
But to have your people just even cool is really dope.
Yeah. Even acknowledge.
Yeah. Just shows you strength. Just shows you strength of character. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and the Danzigs are very much like a celebration of horror through our eyes.
Yes.
So there's a lot of other award shows, and unless there's punching at the Oscars, the one I do watch is when they're on Shudder, the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards.
Sure.
Because they usually pick pretty good,
Yeah, they do a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get real. Fangoria might have saved my life as a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, mad respect to them already.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I look like I'm in a New York hardcore band. I keep myself like I got a headband, tattoos. I'm like
the red glasses,
singing about unity or some shit, brotherhood.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, Fangoria, I mean, has been doing it for a long time, and I was glad to see they came back. And someday I'd love to have somebody from Fangoria on the thing, because I'd love to talk to them. They lost all those Fangorias, like all the old Fangorias, like they were all like in a warehouse that got like flooded or something like that, and all of that's gone, like gone. Like you could probably find they probably do better like on eBay finding old copies than you would like, actually going to Fangoria. Isn't that weird?
That is.
It's but yeah, they got the Chainsaw Awards and they got the nominees up, and we're gonna go over those today. And we're going to give our own picks, and then I have Jonas's picks up on my screen here. You can't see it because but
that's right.
But I have multiple computer screens because I am a producer of a podcast, and that's what it takes to be this professional. So on that screen, it gives the list of Jonas's picks. So
awesome.
So yeah,
and I'm going to try to guess them.
Yeah, you're going to try to guess what Jonas said. All right, let's start with you. Should we start with number one?
Sure. Go from the top down.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah. Best wide release movie. Right, they have. You want to go?
No, go for it.
Yeah. Barbarian, The Black Phone, Nope, Pearl, and X.
All right.
First,
What
shout out to Ty West for getting 2 movies up there.
for
But,
real? For real.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, and I went back and forth on this a lot. I've been going back and forth this a lot between Pearl and X, but I'm going to say X.
Okay.
Because there was more put into X, I think. I don't know if it was pulled. I think they were both pulled off perfectly, but there was more pre-production going into X.
Sure.
So I think that gave it the edge to me. Like they put in more work for that. So
Right.
that's kind of where that came from. But yeah.
Oddly enough for me, I am going to go, well, I mean, it's a tie between Nope and Pearl because I do love Nope. And I just think it's a great movie. And I'm just like, I'm a fan of Jordan Peele. Probably writes the best grocery list I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like he's like I love it, but I am going to give the nod to Pearl, just because I think, I think like as far as like conceptually, it was maybe a little bit more original and cool. And Mia Goth's performance is like I think Oscar worthy. And I mean, I'm not the only person by that, of course. And I think her speech was unfucking believable in it, and the coloring in it, and it was almost
so cool. Yeah,
it was almost like a Technicolor, like Alice in Wonderland type thing, and like I just think that it was just as far as like a movie that I like I loved X. X is like a perfect movie. I mean, they fed an old lady to it. Alligator, or they fed a porn star to an alligator. You know what I mean? Like a crocodile. Like I think if they did that in every movie, I'd be stoked. You know what I mean? Right. And like I mean, like that's just like fun horror stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with Pearl. As far as the other ones, Barbarian and The Black Phone, great films.
Great.
I'd
put I think I'd put The Black Phone at the bottom just because I do think it had one of the most cathartic, great scenes out of all of horror. But as a whole movie, I think it was maybe the weakest for me.
Yeah, I would say that too. I love The Black Phone. I mean, I think I would never say anything bad about it. But if you came up to me with all of these in your hand and said, "What are we watching tonight?" I'd say, "Let's go, Pearl." What do you think? Jonas chose?
He did warn. He said he threw some curveballs in here, so that actually messed with me. So I'm gonna say he said Barbarian.
He actually said
he said Pearl.
Yeah,
that was my other guess. All right.
All right. The next one is best limited release movie: Orphan First Kill, Resurrection, Something in the Dirt, Terrifier 2, or Mad God. What do you got?
I got Terrifier 2, and I think we all know why, but that is a fucking list.
Yeah, it is quite
like so different from each one. Like each one is completely different from the other.
Absolutely.
And it's so cool. And I loved everyone. Orphan First Kill, I did not expect to like.
I didn't expect to. You know what? To be quite honest with you, I didn't like. It's not that I didn't expect to like the Orphan movies. I just didn't expect to like them as much as I mean, like I knew what I was getting into with the Orphan movies
for sure.
And it wasn't even like. I mean, it's like Megan. You know what I mean? Like you're like I liked Megan way more than I thought I was gonna like it. I like the Orphan movies way more than I like. It was like, and I even knew I knew exactly what Megan was, and I knew exactly what the Orphan movies were. But then I watched them and I'm like, fuck yeah, why is this so good? You know what I mean? Like, why is this so good?
Yeah. And Resurrection was great. Something in the Dirt, I fucking love. And that's
I love that too.
Benson and Moorhead. So, and Mad God is fucking incredible feat of filmmaking.
Yeah, Mad God's fantastic. Something in Dirt is, I mean, amazing. I personally go Terrifier 2.
Yeah, I think Terrifier 2 was just 2.5 hours of just perfect brutality.
Yeah, just like, I mean, like we're big Terrifier 2 fans on this, and we're big Art the Clown fans on here. Shout out to Mr. Thornton, and Mrs. Voight, who's also been on our program, and yeah, we have actually a pretty good run.
Uncle Creepy.
Yeah, Uncle Creepy. We have actually a pretty good run with Terrifier people. So
yeah, I think Jonas said Terrifier too.
Yeah, he did. It's a roundabout with Terrifier too.
Yeah. All right. Best first feature film. This is another one where they're all completely different from each other.
And they're all very good.
Blood Relatives, very good. Blood Relatives, Deadstream, The Sadness. Shout out to Rob Jabaz, who we had on. Watcher. We're all going to the World's Fair.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say real quick, We're All Going to the World's Fair is not going to win anything. I fucking loved it. People hated that movie.
Yeah, people fucking hated it, and I don't understand. I'm like, this is pretty good. Like, I don't.
It was pretty rad. Yeah, it was very different and just awesome. So yeah, I get that, but I'm gonna go. It was tough between Deadstream and The Sadness, but I went with Deadstream because it was just fun.
So this is you're gonna kind of get mad at me on a couple here. I'm gonna tie a couple of them because I don't care. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Yeah,
because I can. You know what I mean? Because I like I'm like, oh
yeah. You thought of it first too. I should have started tying right away.
Which one should I choose? And I'm like, oh wait, I don't actually have to choose. Blood Relatives is great. Watcher is a fantastic fucking movie. It's like Alfred Hitchcock with like a savage ending. You know what I mean? Like it's like they went straight Alfred Hitchcock until the end, which was like freaking, I don't know. Like it was that movie went hard for a minute, but I'm tied between Deadstream and The Sadness. They are both fan. I mean, Deadstream was like had like an Evil Dead vibe to it, and like just was such a good movie. And The Sadness was just like, I mean, there was people jumping off of buildings. It's just a savage movie. And that the whole just the entire subway train car scene is so good and just so well shot. And Rob Jabaz was really fun to talk to about it. And I really like how hard he went in that movie and how he just decided like I'm just gonna go like balls to the wall on this, and that's what he did. And so I'm tying Deadstream and The Sadness. I think the other three are great movies, and I'm really glad to see that they're getting some shine. But both Deadstream and The Sadness, solid movies. And
yeah,
I refuse to
play by anyone's rules.
Yeah, exactly. Until Fangoria starts paying me.
Right, exactly. Okay. I think he said The Sadness.
Yeah, he did say The Sadness. Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, I forgot we were talking about Jonas.
No, that's
I was already moving on, and then I forgot. Yeah.
No, go.
He did say Jonas did say The Sadness. So, so it's actually kind of a split between us all because I represent two people apparently. All right. Best streaming premiere movie.
I like this.
Yes. Fresh, Hellbender, Hellraiser, Prey, A Wounded Fawn. All right. Graham, isn't this ridiculous? This is ridiculous. Yeah. This is a ridiculous group of movies to make me pit against each other.
Yeah, it really is. That's why I'm going to go Hellbender because it's the most DIY.
Absolutely. We can go the Addams Family as like they should get defaulted on everything.
Kind of, yeah.
I am going to go here though. I'm going to even go one step forward. As I'm not going to even tie. I'm just going to say that the worst of this one is Hellraiser, and I love that movie.
Loved it.
I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? And like, I know that some people didn't like it, but I think it just looked really cool. And I think it was like, yeah, it didn't really have the vibe of the first one and things like that. But I kind of like the direction they took. It was a little glossy, but the Cenobites looked rad and like
I like the glossy aspect.
Yeah, it was fine. It was cool. Like it
made sense to me.
Yeah, the movie was very good, very good. Fucking Fresh. Sebastian Stan is
Fresh was
like,
my like kind of pick as like the best movie.
yeah.
But Hellbender, I love that movie so much, and because it's so DIY.
Sebastian Stan dancing, and that is like,
Yeah, yeah, him in
well,
that. You forget that he's the Winter Soldier.
yeah,
Absolutely.
he is a stellar actor, and he brings that. Hellbender is just so good. I just love to see that family just like making these, like,
Love it.
love these great movies.
And then they put
Hell,
out a fucking dope record to go with it.
yeah, and then Prey. I mean, Prey one, we gave Prey a
Yeah.
Danzig. Yeah, and I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, between what's God, I just forgot her name. And her and the brother
Mid Thunder.
oh yeah, yeah, and between the two of them, and just that movie is just so fucking good. Like, I can't vote against it. I'm sorry, I just have an
Yeah,
inability to vote against it. And like, I mean, maybe I'm a socialist and think we can all win. But and then A Wounded Fawn. The end credits.
Holy shit!
If you haven't seen A Wounded Fawn, I won't give it away, but stick around till the end credits, because and you'll understand what I'm saying if you haven't seen it. Go get Shudder right now. Watch A Wounded Fawn, and I'm going to tell you, stay through to those end credits, because it's going to blow your mind. I really, I hope they only had to shoot that once, because because it's just one single shot, and it is 10 minutes long, and it is like so. I think all four of those movies are fucking amazing, and like amazing pieces of art. They're all very different from each other. They're all like, and I refuse to vote against any of them. And please go watch all of those movies. Like, to me, like if you actually like just said, hey, here's the list of my favorite movies from last year, I'd be like, yeah, that seems pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, I would just like, I mean, like, I there's not a single one of those that I don't absolutely adore with my whole heart. So yeah.
Well said. And agreed. Best international movie.
What did you think Jonas said?
Oh, that's right. I think he said, "Ooh, A Wounded Fawn."
No, I thought he would say that too. He went fresh.
Yeah.
He went fresh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In fairness, Fresh and A Wounded Fawn, I actually think they were filmed in the same house, but like I mean, but I mean, Fresh is tough to pick, but
yeah,
Jonas did love A Wounded Fawn. I will,
yeah,
and he actually like was on social media talking about
like telling everybody, yelling at everybody to watch
A Wounded Fawn. But
yeah,
like don't let the name fool you, by the way, if you are a horror fan.
For sure.
Wounded Fawn, if you're thinking it's going to be like an A24 sort of like what's the Killing of a Sacred Deer or something like that, it's nothing like that. It's like it's nothing like that. It's a real different fucking situation. So yeah, check it out.
If Full Off gives those vibes, though, you're right.
Yeah, but and that's what I thought when
like before you watch it, yeah, like with the name and the
like right, and then you start watching it, you're like, oh, like this is on some other shit. Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's still out there, and it's still super arty and still super artistic and stuff like that. But if you're thinking there's going to be like a 20-minute pie eating scene like in Ghost Story, it's not good. It's not that way. All right.
Best international movie. There were a couple here that were, well, one, I don't know when that came out. Anyway, I'll just say it. Hatching, The Innocents, Piggy, Salome, and Speak No Evil. So I've seen all these now because I hadn't seen The Innocents or Salome until last night and today.
I haven't seen Salome, but I've seen the rest.
Okay, I highly recommend Salome, but it didn't beat out my favorite here by a long shot. But I'm going with Piggy because Piggy was fucking unreal dope to me. I don't know. There was something so great about Piggy.
I love Piggy, but my favorite's going to be Speak No Evil because
I know.
I think Speak No Evil was like seriously like such a brutally savage movie and played on such heavy like shit that I kind of I don't know. I'm a speak no, but Piggy's great too. Like I mean, both
Piggy, I
fine, but
love. Hatching, I absolutely fucking loved.
yeah, I love hatching too.
The Innocence was really, really good.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that. It was pretty fucked up. And then Salam is great. I think you'll like it. It's about these group of mercenaries that are going to Dakar, but their plane goes down in Salam, and then stuff happens. It's like this really cool like island that like everybody can stay there if they work for it, you know?
right,
And then
right.
shit gets crazy and it's fucking dope. It's sci-fi. It was called like an action sci-fi western fantasy. I
Right.
think that was really, and that's
Right.
yeah, it
Yeah,
works.
I'll
And
check
but
it out. I'm sure it's
yeah,
good.
that was it. But Piggy, yeah, 100%.
What do you think Jonas took?
I think he went Speak No Evil.
No, he went Piggy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he went Piggy, which
Okay.
surprises me.
I should have known that actually. Because he was the one that was pushing me for Piggy.
Yeah,
Big time.
Yeah, he likes Piggy.
Yeah.
All right, best series: Cabinet of Curiosities, Chucky, Stranger Things, What We Do in the Shadows, or Yellow Jackets. What do you got?
I'm going to eliminate Cabinet of Curiosities because I haven't seen them all. So far, though, holy shit, that show is incredible.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great.
Chucky, I absolutely fucking love. Stranger Things, I love. Yellow Jackets is absolutely fucking killing it. And even people this season are like, it's falling off. And I don't really think so. But What We Do in the Shadows will always be forever my favorite TV show. I think.
Yeah, I think what we do in the shadows. I pick What We Do in the Shadows too.
Yeah.
I think What We Do in the Shadows is um I think tied with Atlanta, the best television show of all time. I think the acting is super funny. I think I go in cycles of like who my favorite
100%.
it is like it was Nandor for a long time, and then she is just like Nadia is such a good actor. I mean, if
and
you
it
ever
was
watch,
such a wonderful addition to like the core of the movie and stuff.
exactly, and like anybody who knows me knows I will push Staff Let's Flats. And didn't you? Do you loved it too?
I
right?
loved it.
Isn't
Loved
it
it.
so
And that
good?
dude just released a special, like this weird like sketch special that's fucking great.
Yep, and it's her and her brother, and his brother is like the toothed guy from Fleabag, and they have like an English stand-up or situational comedy called Staff Let's Flats, and I could suggest it to. I have like I think people are like afraid by the name or something like that, but like it's like it is fully like it's like I think a better than like a fully realized Office.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like just like it's because it's got an Office quality to it, like early
because it's
Office.
British sitcom, yeah.
Right. And like, but like one guy's like staff is a real freaking like lunatic, like Michael Scott or whatever. But it's like I like it, like the comedy writing on it, and the character that she plays is so I'm not going to say her name because I'm really challenged at pronouncing it, so I don't want to butcher it. But the character that she plays on it is so utterly like realized and so good that it's like it's are you going to try to pronounce it?
Yep.
Yeah, all right, go for it. I just hate to butcher it. I look at it all, it's Natasha.
It's Natasha Demetrio. Demetrio.
I feel so bad. I feel so bad because like she's like seriously one of my favorite performers.
Yeah,
and
she's incredible. Naja, I'm absolutely Naja is one of my favorite characters of all time on television.
Yeah, I mean she is so funny and so well acted. I love all of these other shows. I mean, Cabinet of Curiosities is cool because it's like Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it's not really a TV show. It's a
I'm going to talk
collection of mini movies.
Right. I'm going to talk some shit on Jonas on this one.
Here we go.
So which one do you think he chose?
So I think if you're going to talk shit on him, Stranger Things?
No, Chucky. I fucking love Stranger Things. Are you kidding me? Like, you ever see that picture of my daughter with Millie Bobby Brown?
Yeah. No, I knew you liked it. Okay, go ahead.
He chose Chucky, which I
I
think
think
is like,
that's fair.
I think Chucky's fine, but I think it's the weakest of the top.
I think it is too.
I mean, I think it's like, I like Chucky. I've watched it, and I loved
Yeah.
it. I think Yellow Jackets is, yeah, I get that the second season there's always going to be like a little bit of a sophomore lull, especially on these like mystery shows, because it's like,
Right.
I'm watching From's new season too, and it's kind of the same thing. It's like, okay, well, now we've seen the thing. Now what's going on now? And there's still like a little like, but the great thing about Yellow Jackets is it gives you a little bit more every, you know what I
Yep.
mean? And it gives you a little bit, you know what I mean? And like, it's just like, and the parallel universes that's going on in it is so good. And both are so like,
And they brought Lauren Ambrose in,
yeah, exactly. And I should,
which was goddamn perfect. Like when the
so
first
perfect.
season, when you're watching the girls when they're young, you're like, there's nobody else that could play it. So I assumed she had died.
Right, exactly. But no, she is absolutely fantastic. And I actually think Servant should be on this list.
I do too.
I would put Servant ahead of Chucky and Cabinet of Curiosity.
Yeah, Servant was absolutely one of the best shows I think
Absolutely.
I've seen in a long time. And
Absolutely.
I'm actually a little confused, but that Dracula's not on there.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Dracula,
especially since Shudder's kind of like with them and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
But Jonas chose Chucky. I just don't know how you choose Chucky over What We Do in the Shadows. But whatever. I mean, it's going to suck having to throw him off this podcast.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, we got a lot of these. We got to get through these. Okay.
Oh yeah. All right. They start to get a little easier, I think. Some of them I don't know.
Yeah.
Best documentary feature. I didn't see a lot of these. The found footage phenomenon. I didn't see. In Search of Darkness Part 3. I did see. Living with Chucky. I did see. Pennywise, the story of it. I did not see. And I'm picking This Is Gwar because that fucking ruled. And I'm a big fan of Dave Brockie and Odorous and all of that.
And you also know that that's what Jonas chose.
I absolutely was going to say that he picked it.
I'm going to go Living with Chucky and the found footage phenomenon. I think both are really
I didn't see the found footage. It's good.
I mean, it just kind of breaks down found footage like from its early, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
It goes through it. And I think that's, I like a lot of found footage stuff. So,
yeah, me too.
we're all about Blair Witch fans on here. Deadstream is found footage, technically found footage. I actually am a fan of the Paranormal Activity movies, and I mean, so it's like, So, what's your favorite paranormal? Awesome. What's your favorite Paranormal Activity movie? That's not the first one.
I mean, probably the remake, but if we're just getting out of Blair Witch,
no, Paranormal Activity.
Oh, I've never seen. I watched the first one and was not impressed, so I never continued.
Oh my god, you got to watch the marked.
Yeah, no, I know you've said so, and I'm going to, but there's like 10.
Yeah, marked ones are really good.
No, I know. I'm the type of dudes that's gonna watch them all. If I'm
watch them all. And next to Kin's a rad fucking movie. That's almost. I mean, it's barely a Paranormal Activity movie, but like it's Next to Kin is rad. Like I fucking like you'll love Next to Kin. Like it's.
Yeah, no, I've heard like it was just one of those things where I was like, oh, that didn't catch me at all. I thought I didn't like it when I first saw it. So I just backed out of those. But
God damn it.
As far as yeah.
See, the marked one's great because it's the one that doesn't take place in like this like McMansion, and it's like Latino kids, and it's fucking really fucking awesome. It's actually like
I'll check it out. That's actually a really good thing for me to start watching at night.
And they're fun. You know what I mean? They're scary. You know what I mean?
I think they're like all on Peacock. Or Paramount.
Exactly.
So I really liked As Below, As Above, rather, and So Below. And The Hell House LLCs were fun. I usually dash cam is good. Like there's usually I usually like found footage.
Yeah,
I'm not. It's not a deterrent for me at all.
Yeah, some people would go. So, all right, let's go. Best lead performance. Ooh, this is really hard. Anna Diop for Nanny.
Anna Diop. Yep.
Isabel Furman, Orphan First Kill. Mia Goth, Pearl. Rebecca Hall, Resurrection. Daniel Kaluuya, Nope. Amber Midthunder, Prey. Maika Monroe, Watcher. Kiki Palmer, Nope. Josh Rubin, A Wounded Fawn. And Taylor Russell, Bones and
I haven't seen Bones and All. Did you see it?
Yeah, you got to see it.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good. No. Yeah, those are all incredible. Nanny, by the way, it has continued to prove that there are no bad babysitter movies.
Yeah, sure.
It's real hard not to. Isabella Furman is would be so great.
Yeah.
If I'm going Nope, I'm going Kiki Palmer. I'm gonna go Kiki Palmer because I thought she was fucking incredible and she wore that Jesus Lizard shirt.
Yeah.
Even Mia Goth and Pearl though, that's real tough because her I can tie. I'm tying it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tie Mia Goth, Daniel Kaluuya, Amber Midthunder, Kiki Palmer.
Oh, serious ties.
And Josh Rubin. I think he did a great job in that.
He's really
I mean, simply for the final scene. I mean, he was great through the whole thing, but he really brought it. I mean, like it's insane. If you haven't seen it, people, please go see it. It's insane. It's so good. I just can't vote against. I mean, like Isabel Furman is like brilliant, in that part. But Mia Goth, I'm not going to say anything. I can't say anything, I will never ever say anything bad about Daniel Kaluuya. That he is seriously one of the best actors in this game, and really just like a cool dude. Like he's super into grime. He's just cool. He's English, and you would have no idea. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say anything bad about him. I'm not going to say anything about Amber Midthunder. Kiki Palmer, all of these people deserve their flowers. And
Micah Monroe is fucking the guest, like she's exactly. Guest royalty to me.
Yeah, exactly. But,
she could win forever based on
exactly. That. Yep, exactly. So I'm not going to choose those. What do you think, Jonas?
I think he went Mia Goth.
He did.
Yeah. All right, best supporting performance. This one's even harder, I think, actually, because a lot of these aren't even that supporting.
I agree.
Jamie Clayton for Hellraiser, Ethan Hawke for The Black Phone, Justin Long for Barbarian, Madeline McGraw for The Black Phone, Jenna Ortega for Scream, Mark Rylance for Bones and All, Rachel Sennott for Bodies, 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 Brittany Snow for X, Kristen Stewart, Crimes of the Future, and Stephen Yeun for Nope. Yeah. Holy shit. That's a more stacked thing than I think the lead.
You know who I think should have been in this is Stephen Yeun's kid double for the scene with the freaking with the not a orang, was it an orangutan or was it it was a chimpanzee? Was it? Yeah, and like that scene was so awful that it was like it was so terrible. This one's a little easier for me. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Jenna Ortega and Scream. I mean,
she's just so rad, and she felt like a lead almost. So like,
yeah, exactly.
Kind of maybe give it to her.
I mean, Brittany Snow did a great job at X.
She really did,
and Stephen Yeun did kill it. And Nope, but it's a little bit. Supporting's even weird. It's because it's so like it's such a side story in the whole thing, and Justin Long and Barbarian was fine, but I actually don't think it was very much like out of his like wheelhouse.
No, it seemed real in it.
Yeah, and exactly. Like they were like, "Hey,
Kristen
Justin."
Stewart has actually also become a fantastic fucking actor. But yeah. So and I'm not sure which character Rachel Sennott played, but all the women in Bodies were fucking incredible. So.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I'm just going to.
And if she's the one with the glow stick necklace, then yeah, 100% even more. But
all right. So and then yes, Jonas chose. I'm sorry not to make it guess, but he chose Jenna Ortega too.
Yeah.
I mean that's an easy one. So
yeah.
Okay, here's one. This is going to be interesting. Best
This
director.
this is interesting.
Um, Zach Krager for Barbarian. David Cronenberg for Crimes of the Future. Chloe Okuno for Watcher. Jordan Peele for Nope. And Ty West for X.
So that's two first features.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
For best director.
Yep.
Like that's just super fucking rad.
Yep.
Which would be Chloe Okuno and Zach Krager.
Mm-hmm.
So new, yeah, fucking rad. But also then Cronenberg is in there killing it again.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go Ty West because X and Pearl.
Okay. I'm actually just from a directing standpoint.
I gotcha.
I'm gonna go if I'm just judging the directing. I'm actually gonna go Chloe Okuno for Watcher, because the directing is like it's an homage to Hitchcock. It was for her first time to create that much tension. We deal with a lot of first time directors on this show, and they're all freaking great. But like, so think about like the level of like energy put forth into that movie. It was beautifully shot. It was simple and effective and very good. And I was strapped in the whole time. You know what I mean? And like I don't know. Like it's like Jordan Peele is great with Nope. I think out of the three Jordan Peele movies, I think it's probably his softest directing. You know what I mean? Like there was a little like a little act 2 to 3 lag, which sometimes happens, and things like that. And I love Barbarian, and Barbarian is a great freaking movie and incredibly well directed, especially since it's like four different movies in one movie. But
it doesn't feel like that.
No, it doesn't feel like that. And Ty West, of course, is like fucking Ty West.
Yeah, it's hard for. He's like my favorite.
Yeah, so. he's so great. And Ty, if you're listening, come on the show.
I wonder if Nope in just because you said it's his softest. I wonder if that's because he spent more time in presentation.
Yeah, I mean, like. Well,
the film is a scope and everything, and the way it looked, and even the way it was rolled out to like releasing the poster to the release of the date, like everything. There was a lot going into the presentation, and maybe that's why. And even like that led to why it was a blockbuster.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe that's where it went soft for you. And I think maybe me too.
I'm actually I'm not saying anything bad about it. You know what I mean?
I know. Oh no, I know. I still think it's a great story and everything. I just think maybe there was a little more put into the production than
every year that goes by, I think Get Out is more brilliant. And I thought it was brilliant I thought it was brilliant from the get-go. From day one. And every year I think it's more fucking amazing that he made that movie, especially coming off of just doing comedy shit. And so, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just being like, and just that guy's mind. And I loved Us and the acting and everything and how funny Us was. And what's his name? Winston Dick, was so fucking perfect in that movie. And that movie was so well done and so beautiful. And Nope is great. It is really great. I think it's his attempt at more of a blockbuster and sci-fi. And so it was just a little different than the other ones. I'm not saying anything bad about it at all, but it is not my, I would, if you're going to talk about directing, if I'm going to compare it to like Watcher, which I just think was, I mean, I think getting that energy, like if like Nope was all like the television show with the chimpanzee, like the thing, like I would have loved that because that was like freaking
Yeah.
fantastic. But Watcher, just especially coming out of the gates like that, like is fantastic. So I'm gonna go.
I got to rewatch Watcher.
Yeah.
I honestly, it didn't catch me, and everybody loves it, so I'm gonna rewatch it soon after Paranormal Activity.
Okay.
Cinematography. This is a fun one. Ksusha Jennenfeld, A Wounded Fawn, Rob Hardy for Men, Elliot Rocket for Pearl, and Elliot Rocket for X, and Hoyt von Hoytema for Nope. That's a pretty great name. Hoyt van Hoytema.
Cinematography in Nope was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
What are you choosing on this?
I'm choosing Men.
Wow.
I thought that's why I love that movie.
Right.
Is because of the cinematography.
Right. I gotta go Pearl.
I fully like it's real hard to go like from X to Pearl too.
Yeah.
Like in that quick.
Yeah, but Pearl was just such a beautiful movie. It just looked like a fairy tale, and just looked like everything, and they were just made it so bright, and the colors were so vibrant, and like it was the polar opposite of this. You know, X was dark. I had to like adjust my TV darkness to watch X. You know what I mean? And but Pearl was just like so like. It felt like it was in like a 50s movie, but it wasn't like cliche-y kind of like Pleasantville style. It was like which just gave the movie this like the cinematography like carries the story in like because it's so like fucking whacked out, like kind of, you know what I mean? That all this like kind of insanity is happening like in this like bright colored world, and that's kind of like, and that's kind of with the juxtaposition of that to me is like such a beautiful like. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to go that. A Wounded Fawn is unfucking believable too. Like
it really is. Yeah,
it's so gorgeous, and it's so. Did we mention that people should see A Wounded Fawn?
I think so. If we haven't, we should. Put it in our recommendations.
What do you think, What do you think, Jonas?
I think Jonas went Pearl. No. A Wounded Fawn.
Oh, you did. He went A Wounded Fawn. I would have guessed that he would have went Pearl too, but yeah. All right.
Yeah.
This
all right.
Best screenplay. This is close to my heart. You know what I mean? Just because I love a good screenplay.
Yeah. It's a runaway for me though.
C. Robert Cargill and Scott Derrickson for The Black Phone. Zach Kreger for Barbarian, Mia Goth and Ty West for Pearl, Jordan Peele for Nope, Seth Rice and Will Tracy for The Menu. The Menu makes an appearance on this list.
That was a weird one too, especially for screenplay. I thought, like, it was a great screenplay. Like it was wonderful.
Yeah, there's a lot of dialogue, and
you're right.
You know what I mean? It's a dialogue-driven movie. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and actually, the other guests, like little quips, were amazing. Yeah. No, that was fucking yeah. Okay. What's yours?
Oh boy. I'm gonna give it to Jordan Peele, I think, on this one. I think the conversations were good. I think they were important. I like the way he writes the story. I like the way he, and for it to have like multiple things going on it, and like the whole Stephen Yoon side project and all that was cool and things like that. I like The Black Phone. I didn't. Nothing about that movie made me feel like
the script was
selling it. Like, in fact,
yeah. I feel the same way.
In fact, I don't even think there was that much. Anyways, I mean, that movie's not driven by script. That is a visual movie. So
yeah,
like a Barbarian, I totally loved. If I wasn't picking Nope, I'd pick Pearl. because I just think it's good. I think Barbarian is well written, but I don't know if I feel like it's, if I had to do it, it'd be no Pearl the menu.
Nice. I would go picking one. I would go with Mia Goth and Ty West for Pearl because there's really nothing I love more than collaboration.
Yeah, for sure.
And just the story behind that, how that came about was very cool. And I just love like, oh, this character rules. Like, let's work on it together more. Like
Right.
you were playing it, I wrote it. Let's do it together. And they got that fucking monologue out of it. So like,
Yeah, exactly.
damn. So I'm gonna give it to that. But yeah, I thought Barbarian was actually a great script. But yeah, now that you mention it, the menu, fuck, it's good.
Yeah, menu is fabulous. I really love the menu for a lot of reasons. It's
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The acting was great. I think
it's a nice fuck you.
Yeah, I think John Leguizamo should be in everything. I think
He's in a long renaissance too.
Yeah,
he kind of started with John Wick. I feel.
Yeah, exactly.
When John Wick hit, you were like, oh shit, yeah, John Leguizamo, and he's great.
Yep.
And then he's like in everything again.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
What do you think? What do you think old Jonas chose?
Oh, I think he chose Barbarian.
He did choose Barbarian.
No, nice that's call. The comic solidarity.
Yeah, probably. All right.
Best score.
Michael
Abels for Nope, Jeff Barrow and Ben Salisbury for Men, Tyler Bates and Tim Williams for Pearl, John Carpenter, Cody Carpenter, and Daniel Davies, Halloween Ends, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross for Bones and All. Didn't see Bones and All. I'm gonna go. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna go Pearl. Just simply because it's like I think it fits it. I mean, of course, I love John Carpenter and anything he does, and like the nostalgic vote would be for John Carpenter, just because.
Sure.
Because I love,
but it was kind of a rehash of his old hits.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not gonna ever. I mean, I love John Carpenter. I mean,
also Tyler Bates is unfuckwithable. That dude is totally good.
He is very good, and the yet again, like the cinematography, the score, and that really adds to the.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, Jonas went John Carpenter. Because that's
he did.
He did.
All right, what a dork.
Yeah. All right. Best make. Did I read the last one or did you? No,
I did.
Doesn't really. Best makeup effects. This is another one that's my favorite.
Yep.
Alexandra Anger and Monica Pavez from Black Spot FX. Crimes of the Future.
Which if you're doing a Cronenberg, you better be amazing.
Right? Because imagine being like, we got a Cronenberg, and then you're like, this is gonna be a lot of fucking work. Lyudmil, I should know some Eastern European, for the love of God. Ivanova, Lyudmil, if you listen to this, hit me up and tell me how to pronounce it. Ivanov. I hate being an American and not being
Ivanov.
It's like seriously, like it's so disappointing. These people so
it
deserve
is.
These artists totally
very disappointing.
Well, we are very disappointing. I can pronounce like Mark Campbell. I got that. For Barbarian, Damon Leone for Terrifier 2, Josh and Sierra Russell for Russell FX for Hellraiser. Sarah Rubinov and Kevin Wassner for from their Weta company X.
All right. Terrifier 2.
I'm gonna go Terrifier 2 just simply because I know the budget that he, you know what I mean, like that he did all that shit to his hand, and like there's just so much of it. It's 2.5 hours. Second, I'm gonna go Crimes of the Future. just because it's rad. And
It's so rad.
X had great makeup too.
X with with turning Mia Goth into old
exactly.
Pearl, like pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing. So, but it's got to go Terrifier too. Like,
yeah.
I mean, what do you think? Old Jonas chose
Terrifier 2.
Yep, Terrifier 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Costume design.
Yep.
Alex Bovard for Nope, Stephanie Portney Porter for Prey, Andras Daniel Toth, and Godena Juaz Attila for The Munsters. Surprised me. Mayu Trickerioti for Crimes of the Future, and Malgosia Terzanska for Pearl.
That is like literally that was like the hardest. Like we made that joke before that, and then you instantly had to go into like the probably the most complicated names in the world.
No Americans are making costumes.
apparently. I am gonna go Prey, and then but Prey was fucking rad. Like, I need to watch Prey again. I should just watch Prey. It should just be like,
it's a fun rewatch.
Yeah. I've been rewatching Ash versus the Living Dead and or the Evil Dead.
And,
yeah, again, and like it's just so fun and like it's
so fun.
It's like I'm just so into Deadites. It's kind of weird, but what are you choosing?
I went with Prey. Yeah. Stephanie Portney Porter. It just looked, everybody's costumes were perfect.
Yep, exactly. Also, Jonas chose Prey.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Best creature effects: Alex Gillis and Tom Woodruff Jr. for Prey, Gustav Hanagen for Hatching,
Huygen.
Okay, sorry. Troy Larson, Patrick McGee, Mark Villalobos. I got that one. VHS 99 makes its first. John Nolan for Jurassic World Dominion.
What?
Actually, I'm just gonna scratch that one from the list. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sure
that doesn't even make sense.
I'm just not down.
I didn't see it.
Guillaume Rocheron for NPC for No for best creature effects. I'm gonna have to go Prey. I mean, like a fully realized, predator.
Yeah.
Hatching, maybe.
I'm gonna go Hatching. It's close between Prey, Hatching, and Nope. Honestly, I love the fucking jean jacket.
Exactly, totally.
But I thought it was so smart to do it that way too. Yeah. But just Hatching, I just love that, just the way everything looks in that movie.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna go Hatching.
Cool. I'm gonna pick Hatch. I'm gonna go Prey, then Hatching. What do you think Jonas chose?
I think he went John Nolan.
I
think he went Prey.
Yeah. No, he went Hatching.
Oh, he did. All right.
Yeah. He said he threw some curveballs, but like these aren't really.
Yeah, none of these are real curveballs.
Yeah, it's all like it's kind of.
I guess we know him pretty well. But,
yeah, I mean, we literally talk to each other every day, all day. Like, there's actually times I talk to him that there are, but not like are about just comedy stuff that like I don't even include.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, we're all like talking. At one point at all times. It's if people really knew the behind the scenes of another goddamn horror podcast, it's like
we text all the time about music that we know you wouldn't like.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what's great though is I don't care. Like, I like when you try to share it with me, even if I don't like listen to it or like it.
No, I know, but at this point, I just try to share what I think you would like instead of just throwing up everything I like.
Right now, I appreciate it.
All right, nonfiction series or miniseries. Now this makes sense. Yes. 101 scariest horror movie moments of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Cursed Films 2, The Boulet Brothers, Dracula's Titans, Joe Bob's Ghoultide Get Together, and Queer for Fear. I'm going Dragula every fucking time.
I'm going Dragula every time. I'm going Boulet Brothers. I love to watch it. It's like drag and like Face Off and like mixed together, and it's like it's just dope. And
it's fucking great.
Yeah, and it's so particularly right now with everybody so fucking freaked out with such fake fucking ridiculous
about drag queens.
Queens, for the love of God.
The raddest people.
Could you imagine like getting caught up in it? Like, could you imagine like getting up every day and like worrying about those
being like, that's the problem,
those people? You really think that, like, if you look at this world, you think that's the problem? You think that's what's going on? You know what, like, if you're not into drag queens and you think that it's like grooming children or something, just quit listening to our podcast. I don't fucking want you in our lives. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need you. I don't need
100%.
I mean, like, I am going to
they'll try to arm teachers with guns to protect our children, but don't let the drag queens near them.
Right. Like it's like it's so out there. And I've been attacked by a teacher. So you're telling me like give teachers guns? I'm like,
yeah, no.
Why? Like,
yeah,
like, I mean, anyways, but the Boulet Brothers, those shows are so fun. It's just a good time. 101 scariest horror movie moments of all time is fine. It's just like
it was fine. I didn't really like cursed films, actually.
You know, it's just like all those things. Like, I'll watch it. I've seen both of Cursed Films ones.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. It's like brain candy. It's like, you know,
yeah,
I mean? Like it's just like, yeah.
I thought there would be more to a lot of the stories, but I like knew them. I guess it wasn't even. I don't know. I just the way it was put out.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't my favorite.
And then
I love the Joe Bob stuff. It's super fun. He had Bobcat on last time.
That's right.
On his last special. It was fucking dope. Peaches Christ and Bobcat, like that's fucking rad.
Queer for Fear was good too.
Really good.
I'm gonna skip over Best Short because I hate to say this, I haven't seen it.
No, same. So we'll just give it to Aftertaste and Escalation.
Yep, exactly. Aftertaste and Escalation. Like if you haven't seen those, go back and listen to the episodes and see them. They're both fantastic.
But check out Blink, Close Your Eyes, Guts, Meet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find these, and this is the
I've heard really good things about Blink and Meet Friend.
The shitty thing is on I don't know if they just don't have it anymore, but there used to be a shorts section on Shudder, like a section, and I would watch it. I haven't seen them. I mean, I'll double check again, but I always look for it. And because I actually really love shorts, and we've talked about this before on this, and I love shorts. And so like, but the problem is they're not in like constant rotation, and which is really a shame because horror fans need to get on it. Like if you're like a proper horror fan, get on the shorts thing because like there's a lot of great shit being made.
Yeah.
From shorts. And
a lot of it's up on YouTube. A lot of these ones that were on festivals a year ago are popping up now on YouTube, and they're worth it.
They're totally worth it. And also Jonas didn't know any of them either, so he just wrote a question mark. So I think we're good. All right, the final. This is
my favorite one.
Yeah, this is so good.
And the tightest one.
The tightest one. Best Amityville. Amityville Christmas Vacation. Amityville in Space. Amityville Karen. Amityville Scarecrow 2. Amityville Uprising. Woo.
Okay, well, I haven't seen most of these. Mm-hmm. I saw one. It wasn't great. It was fun. Amityville Uprising. That's not that great of a name.
No.
It's the most boring name on there. Scarecrow 2 is pretty fucking great because it makes no sense. And there was a second one. This is the sequel. Amityville Karen. That's super fun. Very topical.
I have seen
Amityville in Space. You've seen Karen?
I've seen Karen. So I had to watch Karen. Like Karen is like part of my thing with the Amityville movies is that because of their distribution, they all cost money. there's no free Amityvilles, so I have to
Right.
pick and choose one. But I watched the Karen when it came out because I was like, I have to watch that. Yeah, watch it. It's super good. And I've seen Amityville in space. I'm gonna pick Karen over because it's just way more fucking ridiculous and like, yeah.
Yeah, In Space wasn't as exciting as I wanted it to
No,
be.
it wasn't. Yeah,
So I haven't seen it, but I'm picking Amityville Christmas Vacation
yeah,
because Christmas Vacation, European or National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I fucking love that movie.
yeah.
That's one of my favorite vacations. Easy. And so just thinking of Amityville Christmas Vacation, 100% I'm in on that.
All right.
Never seen it. I'm picking that. I'm
All
gonna
right.
go he said Karen.
No, he said space.
Oh, right.
I'm guessing it's the one he's seen. So
Yeah. It was me too. I couldn't even pick it.
right. Well, that was a lot of fun. So that's all
That was.
that's all. This is a voting ballot. So that's our choices. You got any recommendations this week?
Not really. Not. I mean, I just saw Salome, and I really love that. That's up on Shutter, and let's see. I've been listening to Snooper. Snooper's a good band, new punk band coming out.
Okay.
They're fun, and then the other thing I've been listening to a lot of is Cattle Decapitation's Terracite. It's fucking dope.
Oh,
They're kind of they're kind of the only there's like three metal bands that like I will listen to every time they come out. For the most part, I'll just listen to random metal bands. These are the core three, and it's not Slayer or Metallica or anything. It's Cattle Decap, Napalm Death, and Cannibal Corpse. And their older stuff isn't even my favorite shit. It's what they're playing now. All those bands are fucking killing it. But Cattle Decapitation is on another fucking level, and shit is so good. And I think you would like it.
Didn't you see a movie that you liked on Shutter?
I saw Blood. Really love that.
That's my choice, so you can't choose.
Okay.
Bone Women.
Yeah, Shutter. The
Bone
Woman. Sarah. Yeah. Oh, that's fucking amazing. Yeah. I won't give any spoilers, but it's witches and shit. And
yeah, I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna totally watch it. I started it the other day. I saw they were on the steps from John Wick 4. So I figured I need to give it the time that it needed. I just wasn't I mean I'm gonna go Blood. It's on Hulu, and it is I fucking loved it. Like I haven't loved the movie this hard since like Possessor or like anything for Jackson or like and like I don't know what it was like. It was just super fucking good. And
I watched it twice.
Yeah, and I think the makeup, like that's like no spoilers, but like the ending makeup is unfucking real. Like they did such a good job, and I don't know. I just fucking love that movie, and like I couldn't believe how much I was like this is so good. And I don't want to say like it's original because like I mean like it's like a pretty simple horror tale, but it's fucking they nail it. They absolutely nail it. And the acting's great, and the whole premise is really good. And yeah, I fucking love Blood. Check it out. I've watched so much and read so many cannibalism and shit like stuff this year. Like I feel like it's like between Fresh and you know, I watched Rabid the other day. I watched, you know what I mean? Like I said, and all these books I read are about. I don't have a new book this week. I'm reading The Vessel, but I haven't finished it. By Adam L.G. Neville.
Nice.
It's very, very good. So I strongly suggest it, but I haven't finished it yet, so I don't want to give it its like stamp quite yet. And that's very good. Musically, you know, I've been listening to ska. I've actually been listening to a lot of Opite. And that album is still just so fucking good, and like still just a winner of a fucking record. It's just like I'll never be tired. You know what I mean? It's just like from knowledge to sound system to
Sound system's pretty unreal.
Yeah, I mean, sound system's unreal to Unity. Like it's all just very, very good. So yeah, that's what I got this week for oh, and actually I'm gonna actually TV show watch Bupkis with Pete Davidson. It is unfucking believably good. So have you watched it at all?
Not yet.
It's on Peacock and it is very good.
I know tonight we got Survivor and the Challenge and wrestling, so it's a long late night.
Yeah, no, it's
I'll get to
if you need like a short thing, but like Joe Pesci's in it and
it's funny.
Yeah, I mean it's got like a serious side to it too. You know what I mean?
Like Dave. Did you ever watch Dave?
Yeah, I watched Dave. It's kind of like Dave, I guess. I mean, like, you know, it's Pete Davidson, who's a bit of like a tragic figure, and they kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, because there's like he's Pete Davidson, like he's funny and he's done all this thing, and he dates like these beautiful women and all of this stuff, but like he's also like
he's got mental issues.
He's kind of a tragic dude,
yeah,
you know what I mean, whose life is a little out of control, and it kind of it discusses that in a comedic period, and Joe Pesci's absolutely fantastic in it, and it talks about mental health and a lot of good cameos. Ray Romano's in a couple episodes and he's great, and John Mulaney, who's a really good friend of Pete Davidson, and I think like possibly the greatest comic of all time, is in an episode and fantastic, and you know, he's talking about how like they're the opposite, like that everybody thinks he's together, but it's absolutely insane. but Pete keeps landing on his feet, even though he's actually like insane. It's just very good, and it touches on some serious shit, but it's also funny and out there, and you know, Machine Gun Kelly makes and Josh Hauser, if you know who he is, who's he's a really funny guy.
I think I know who he is.
He's in Cobra Kai. He's like the Stingray. Anyways, did you not watch Cobra Kai?
No.
What? Oh, for the love. First, no Paranormal Activities, and now no Cobra Kai.
Yo, I got a lot of wrestling to watch.
Oh, listen. Cobra Kai is fantastic. Cobra Kai is
but it's fake.
No,
I know.
So another goddamn horror podcast,
very good, is broken up.
Is now done. Because I kicked Jonas off for earlier. I can't even remember what he did for for choosing Chucky over what we do in the shadows. Right. Like, see ya, pal. Thought I knew you. You think you fucking know a guy. And then now you're into this, like, oh, I've never even seen Cobra Kai. Like, dude, like it's like Southern California high school kids like warring in the hallways with like ninja wars, like karate like battles in the hallway and shit like that. Like it is like, God forbid these kids ever had a gun. You know what I mean? But like it's but it's like it goes hard, and it has like.
Have you seen Welcome to Flatch?
No, you haven't even suggested that.
What are you even talking?
Oh well, what? Oh my God,
it's on TV.
Look at it. Somebody gave me this, which is a little.
I actually have that.
You didn't.
It came in a loot crate.
Didn't you?
I gave that to you.
You gave this
to
me. Yeah. So
because I knew you were a fan.
Yeah. I actually think
if I was a fan, you wouldn't have that.
The original. The original Karate Kid is actually has actually great cinematography. It doesn't get talked about a lot.
You're right.
Like when they're riding their bikes up, and you can see their shadows on the buildings, and they're in the skeletons, and like the way they're skeletoned out and shit like that. That whole scene looks so cool.
Yeah,
and everything like that. Like that movie is actually really well made, and it's very good. And I also, I'm going to go off for a second here. I like Karate Kid because I like the moral of it, because people think that the moral of the Karate Kid Every Karate Kid truther's like, well, Daniel's actually the bad guy. Yeah, that's kind of the point of the movie. The point of the movie isn't like it isn't Rocky. Some sort of like princess story about some guy who comes from behind to win. It's about a kid who can't control himself, and every time he can't control himself, he gets his ass beat. And when he finally learns to calm down and focus, which is the whole point of what Mr. Miyagi is teaching him, then he can overcome the obstacles in his life. It is like that's the whole point of the movie. And that's absolutely fantastic. And like a really valuable thing that people should have learned, but everybody always thought that the whole movie was just about like, oh, he learned karate and kicked these kids' asses. No, he already knew some karate. He needed to learn
waxing.
Focus. He needed to paint the fence. You know what I mean? He needed to get that focus and focus on those things, and that's what that movie's about. And I think that that's a fucking, it's about being centered. The whole movie is about being centered to overcome obstacles in your life. And you know what I mean?
Free Danielson.
And I try every day to live by that rule. I fail miserably.
The Karate Kid rule.
The Karate Kid rule of centered behavior. You know what I mean? And it's also why I just kick tons of people in the face. When they do that, I'm like, this is good for me. This is centering to me. This is proof that I've done well.
I'm working on myself.
I'm working on myself by kicking you in the fucking face. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, we have a Patreon, and we have some Patreon Army of the Goddamn. What's their name?
We do. Their names are Jason Daniels, Jake Jolly, Ron Knobloch, Kristen Pearl, Manny Velazquez, Coleman Rosenberg, Drew Muldowney, Stephanie Gurley, Katie Viking, Chris Fortune, Alan Graham, Bacon Bits the Cat, Angela, Jasmine Pettit.
Fucking heroes. We love you all. We love you all. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thanks to everybody worldwide for being part of our listening thing. We're actually we're really popular in Germany, and I would really love if some of our German listeners reached out to us because it's pretty fun that we have that there. If you know anybody making good German horror, anything like that, please reach out. We'd love to talk to them. Let's check our audience. America's doing very well. They keep upticking, actually. Our number one state is actually New York.
Fuck yeah.
And then California. And then Washington. And Oregon, you came in fourth? Oregon. Ugh. I tell you, people.
You're letting the pipeline down.
You are killing us. And then Texas. 5, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Arizona, Illinois, Ohio, Colorado, Georgia, Tennessee, and DC, Massachusetts, New Jersey, North Carolina, Nevada, Louisiana, Florida, Minnesota, Connecticut, my birth state, Maine, got Mainers listening, and Vermont coming in last. So
coming in last, where I grew up,
where you grew up. Yeah, what's the deal with that? You better call some people there. But Canada's
I don't know
third
anybody
place.
there.
Canada coming in third. New Zealand still strong in the fourth place. Australia rounding out the top 5, and then Germany, Sweden, Turks and Caicos Islands staying in there. Mexico, India. God, can you imagine people are listening to us in India?
So cool.
Can you imagine that? In a bunch of towns too. West Bengal. I'm actually not going to try to pronounce them. I don't want to say anything bad about these people. But thank you so much I don't want to disrespect their town by mispronouncing it. I'm going to try to learn.
Right.
Thank you all so much for listening to us, and I hope you're doing good. Hopefully, a little bit of sunshine, a little vitamin D can get us all moving and on the right direction. And that doesn't mean anything is cured. So just reach out. We ain't doctors, but we got ears, and until the bookies, until the gangsters get me for my gambling debts, I have ears. But until then, why don't you all start some fires and break some glass? Thank you all so much.